Let's explore some simple functions in Google Sheets. Functions can help you manipulate and analyze your data, and there are tons of them that you can do in Sheets. We're just going to examine the most simple ones and the ones that are most useful for educators, but I will show you where to find tons of functions that you can use if that's your thing. But before we get into that, there's just a couple of other features that I'd like you to know about because these will help you as you start using functions. Whenever you're in a spreadsheet, have you ever noticed that it can be difficult to discern one row from the other because they're all the same color? Well, Google Sheets has a tool that can help with that. So if you highlight your data, you can go up to Format and you can actually choose alternating colors. So this is just a way that you can make your data more readable. So if I want, I can have a header that's a darker color, or if I don't want that, I can simply uncheck it, but I think I'll keep that and let's see what that looks like. So I'm going to choose this neat blue color and then just click done and see how that changes my data. I actually didn't need to go all the way down here, but it's okay. So I want to add a column and I'm gonna, let's say my students took a new quiz, the noun quiz, and see I should have highlighted this column as well. And let's say that everybody made 100. Oh, it did it for me. How awesome is that? Don't you love Google Sheets? I just love all things Google. So if every student made 100, there's a really quick way that I can give every student the same grade. And that's using something called the fill handle. And it's also useful when you're doing functions. I will show you that in just a moment. But check this out. If I hover on the corner here, I see a little crosshair. If I just pull this all the way down, notice what happens. It gives everybody 100, just like that. And isn't that cool? I thought you would think so. So now let's get on with our functions. We've got some grades here. So let's say I would like to get an average. I would like to average these students' grades. I could get out my trusty calculator and do it, but I can do it much easier in Sheets by using a function. So the first thing I should do is put my cursor where I want this average to appear. And when I'm doing a function, I always have to start with an equal sign. So I'm going to put an equal sign in the cell, and then I'm going up to the functions symbol, and I'm going to click on it. So some of the most common functions are right here available for you, and I'm just going to choose average. Now notice that it's placed the word average in my cell and some parentheses. So what it's asking really is, okay, Elaine, I see you want to average. What is it that you want to average? So I can come over here and just highlight the grades that I want to average. And notice these cells, the cell addresses now appear between the parentheses. I'm going to be averaging C2 through G2. Then if I click enter, notice it gives me an average. But here's the super cool thing. If I click on that and again use the fill handle, watch this. I'm giving everybody an average just like that. That's pretty neat, right? I thought so. And that's actually the hardest way to do the function. Let me show you an easier way. So if I take away this grade, I can actually get an average by just highlighting the cells that I want to average and then going up to the functions symbol and click average and then enter. And that's actually a little bit faster way to do it. Another thing that is super amazing about all things Google and especially Google Sheets is that let's say Freddy Krueger is not happy with his 46 on his verbs worksheet, which he definitely should not be happy with that. And he retakes it, and he makes a 96. Watch what happens to his average. It changes. So this is a living, breathing document that changes in real time. And my friend, you will never be able to do that with Excel. So Google Sheets is amazing. Now we've only touched on a couple of functions, actually just one. So if I wanted to, I don't know why I'd want to, but I could add these if I wanted. So if I just highlight them, go up to here, click sum, click enter, then I get a sum of this column. And the fill handle also works horizontally. So if I pull it over, then I get a sum for each column. How awesome is that? I know I keep saying it, but it's just true, right? So if functions are your thing and you love formulas, you can check them all out by going up to more functions, clicking on that, and it's going to open up a brand new window with a whole list of functions for Google Spreadsheets. As I said, this is a very robust program, so pretty much any function you can imagine is here. And you can also search this because it's impossible to remember all these functions. So that's always right there for you. So that's simple functions in Google Sheets. And I'm sending you off now to try it for yourself. I don't think it's going to be intimidating at all. In fact, I think you're going to like it.